Welcome back, everybody. It's good to see you all here today. My name is PC Fangirl. I am joined in the booth with Avalon. We have quite the matchup today. We have iiPK, who's currently our number one in our standings, with an average clear rate of 8.9 clears and 12 points, up against the thedragonfeeney, who's 3-2, 6.3 average clears and 10 points. Both of these contenders should have a pretty good chance at the playoffs. So, what do you think about this matchup, Avalon?
Yeah, I think this match is going to be a really, really good and close match. iiPK obviously really wanting to take the win after seeing Lil Curbs win earlier today, because he'll need to tie up that first place that Curbs has just edged him out on with that game advantage. Dragonfeeney, though, stuck in the middle of a bunch of players, all 3-2, who wins the loss. So she'll be wanting to rise to the top of that pack. So I think they're both going to be playing well above their normal levels, and it's going to be a very close game.
Yeah, and this is going to be a rematch of last year's playoffs. If y'all watched last season, Dragonfeeney actually fell to iiPK the last round of the playoffs. So it will be a good matchup.
Yeah, good little grudge match with the history there as well. As they load up their first level.
One screen, puzzle solving, multiplayer versus. Now these one screen levels usually get skipped right away as iiPK skips it.
Yeah, puzzle levels, although they can be great fun and they can be quick and they're often optimized for the world record, not exactly what you want to see in a time-based race. Feeney there also picking up the skip.
iiPK onto a enemy spam firebar lava level.
Yeah, enemies hidden around with that power-up mushroom as well, which is just kind of frustrating if you don't get the jump right.
Right. Going and grabbing that fire flower. Dodging those lakitus.
Yeah, he sees the pick a pipe and thinks, I'm not taking that. Looking for cheese as he takes the cloud, trying to get over the top of the level.
Which, will he find the cheese? They are in a subworld, however, so that the end of the level will not be in this part of the level.
No. Fiend shaking her head as she sees the pick a pipe lead straight into a pick a door, deciding instead just to try and progress forward.
Hopping on that mad lad as iiPK does a YOLO straight into the lava.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be forced to take these pick a pipes and pick a doors just to push forward through the level.
Oh, Fiend getting dropped into a troll area and deciding to skip. Don't blame her one bit.
Yeah, definitely not the incorrect decision here. No way to know where you're supposed to be going here. iiPK seeing the doors. He's got to be thinking about skipping soon as well.
Yeah, just deciding to cut her losses and move on. See how long it'll take before iiPK does the same.
But yeah, a very quick couple of skips in this game, actually. Obviously no clears for Feeney, and she's already used 2 of her skips, and still 12.5 minutes on the clock. iiPK trying his luck with the pipes, but he finds the end.
Yeah, he gets that axe. iiPK shaking his head, not liking that level.
No, definitely recognizing that level as not an enjoyable one, as Feeney looking for a key to progress through hers.
Oh, taking a death to the cheap. One may say that death was cheap. Okay, I'll let myself out.
If you were a level, Curbs would have skipped you, as earlier he skipped the B-based pun level.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the title.
iiPK,
Chat.
Sad trombone sound.
It's fun to see two runners with quite large followings, and they've both got their own emojis. So chat obviously really supporting both of them with the emojis in chat. It's quite nice to see.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of honks in the chat.
Yeah.
Keep making our way through. Is the end in sight? Needs a key. Not finding it with that mushroom.
No, is iiPK rapidly moving through this P timer speedrun.
Dodging that Bowser fire. As Fiend comes up on a Bowser Jr.
Yeah, Fina in a very difficult position. Obviously, we're still 10 minutes on the clock and only one clear left. She's going to have to cautiously play through every level.
And it looks like the Bowser Jr. didn't even have a key. It came out of the music block. Little trolley.
iiPK bored of waiting for the P timer and
losing his
ground
power.
pounding through.
Yeah. Fiend saying bye to Yoshi. iiPK gets the clear and Fiend follows suit.
Yep, that's 2 clears to 1 there as Fiend takes the tape. Fiend also getting the world record.
iiPK onto a level called No. It's a no jumping level.
Yeah, we saw some of these earlier, and we were talking about how, you know, in a speed race, it's not what you want to see.
Right.
Some of the runners really enjoy them, but not in this sort of environment.
Yeah, I mean, if you have your own time to play it, they can be really creative and really neat. But like you said, in this format, it's not the best thing to have a level like that. So, especially, you know, when you're amped up and you sometimes forget can't jump or you have to ride that platform, you can kind of lose your patience. So, making our way through, grabbing that star, waiting for the bomb. This iiPK is stuck on a snake.
Yeah, it's not somewhere you want to be on one of these levels where you are needing to stay on the ground. It's very tough to predict the movement of the snake, but making it to the door. How are you going to hit that? Oh, unless you have the jump, yeah.
And iiPK getting the clear. Making quick work of the Bowser in through the door.
Luckily, she brought the P-switch with her to bounce up along those coin bricks. Unlike iiPK, she's patiently waiting for the timer.
Not happy about it. iiPK letting that star bounce a few times before grabbing it. Fiend gets the clear. Brings our score 3-2.
Yeah, definitely a very close game. And I'm not surprised. These two are very, very skilled players.
Very world-class players. iiPK getting the clear.
Yeah, growing that lead as Fiend goes into this. Don't leave the ground level.
Easy, easy. Oh. Hitting that bumper and having to restart that level. So iiPK moves on to a standard short and sweet conveyor belt scramble. And decided to skip it. So,
that's iiPK actually.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that's actually iiPK out skipped. He skipped an earlier level, which is why he was a little bit ahead of Fiend earlier on with the level counts. But definitely a high skip race, this one, quite early on. With the rules of this tournament, if you do take that 4th skip, you have to sacrifice a clear. So although a really terrible level could come up, they're not 100% stuck in it. It's just a big risk to take it. As Feeney also now out of skips as she moves into this star level that iiPK cleared earlier.
iiPK grabbing that Mega Mushroom. Looks like a puzzle-solving type level. iiPK, of course, is out of skips. Getting that Link suit.
Yeah, definitely not a level you want to see with an adventure sort of theme when you're out of skips in a race.
Team grabbing the clear.
Yeah, although she is currently 2 clears behind, the next few levels are quite short ones, so you know, actually closer than they appear at the time.
Right. iiPK is getting a checkpoint in this level, though. So, hopefully... Oh! Checkpoint was right before the clear. Grab another clear. iiPK up to 6.
Feeney now looking at a level that iiPK chose to skip, obviously. Quite a tough looking level with these conveyor belts moving as you switch the switches around. But iiPK going into one, you can see on his face he's not happy when it's called my first level.
Oh boy. So far it looks relatively fair. Riding the thwomp. Damage boosting a little bit, but it's okay.
Yeah, actually,
grabbing the clear.
Hidden flag. Didn't quite realise it was so short, but not the worst first level.
Just over 4.5 minutes left in this round, folks. Fiend taking a fall.
Yeah, I mean, even if she had managed to land on those mushrooms and save it, I don't think it would have been worth her not starting over, because it looked like it would have been going back quite a long distance. So iiPK makes his way through a speed run.
Is it going to be a tight timer? Can he make it? 4 seconds left. And he grabs it with 2 seconds. Not a very tight timer. Those are the kind of levels you want to see in a race like this.
Yes, exactly. Anything that's short, that I mean, I was going to say anything that's short and easy, but for these guys it is easy, but for the majority of players, you know, not the easiest level.
Right. No, it's always so much fun watching these runners, because they make all these levels look just like a piece of cake, and then you go in and play the level and you're like, oh my gosh. You can see their expertise just by how easy they make playing these levels look. Fiend up in the pipe.
Capes earlier was the subject of that, as both people having to jump on Coopers, just iiPK under a little bit more pressure with time.
Okay, turning those on and off switch. Oof. Now these are the parts that I'm always horrible at, the timing with the on-off blocks.
Yeah, I was going to say the pressure of the lava coming up is going to make it a lot harder to make those jumps, as well as iiPK falls into the lava. Feeney really struggling with these winged Coopers, getting them lined up.
Starting her over again. 2.5 minutes left on the clock. iiPK giving himself a little bit of a head start with that shell.
Yeah. Odd place to put Kaizo box, but if you were close to the lava, I imagine they would have caused some trouble. Just needing to pass Bowser to get the axe.
Let's see if Fiend can make it through.
Yeah, not a level you want to be stuck on with no skips left.
Right.
Quite a tough level, and with no way to get through it, and not really in a position where she's able to give up a clear with only 3.
But we do have 3 rounds, so... can be evened out.
Yeah, definitely.
iiPK moving on to an airship level. Lots of spikes.
Yeah, definitely don't want to be slipping off that ice there as the auto
Right.
scroll slowly revealing the pipe he wants to get to.
But fine in the end. Getting that clear. Feeney's still working away through these claws.
Yeah, it's these Koopas here she's been struggling with, but she's made it this time. Climbing up that vine. I don't even know what to say about this level that iiPK's in.
Oh my gosh.
That was something else.
I think I know who the creator is. Starts with a J, ends with an M-E.
But he has managed to get through it with the well-placed star power-ups.
And Fiend making
Feeney
it
beating
through.
him.
Making it through that level.
Yeah, it was very lucky iiPK had that skip left to get over that level.
Yeah.
Clearly sinking a lot of time into there with Fiend.
It goes to show how important the skip game is. It's not because both of these players are so proficient in playing this game. It really does come down to managing skips.
Yeah, and that's one great thing about this league is that it's not just your pure ability, it's how you think about the game and how you play the game that really makes the difference between these top class players.
So we're getting set up to go for our next round.
Yeah, iiPK taking that first set, 11 clears to 4.
Simply outstanding gameplay by iiPK. iiPK usually has high clear rates on these matches, so it's really, really fun to watch him.
Yeah, really high average clear as well for him, as you said at the start of the game.
But that does not mean everything. It's sometimes it comes down to, like we were saying, managing the skips, and if you can find a way to go through a level that someone else can't, and you know when to skip, so it's not over. Think fast too. The level.
Yeah, definitely not over as we begin this second set.
37-second world record. Kind of a middle of the pack in clear rate, so it's not too terribly on the other end of the spectrum in the expert.
Yeah, huge amount of level plays as well.
Looks like it's one of those ice block triggers the bomb level. iiPK not quite making it.
But Feeney does.
Feeney grabbing that key and going into the third room.
Yeah, really clearing up these rooms quickly, Feeney. Showing her skill very nicely in this first room, in this first level of this set. iiPK pause buffering so he can work out where the key is before running around the room.
Feeney in the door.
You've got to wonder if this is the sort of level that iiPK would normally skip, but he's just a bit concerned of how quickly his skips ran out last level, and he's holding on for it.
Right.
So Feeney reaches the final section.
Because it's not exactly difficult, but it certainly is annoying. And these are the types of levels that can get you kind of tilted if you're not in the right mindset. Feeney grabbing the clear.
Yeah, you're 100% right on that. Feeney clearing it up quite nicely, but if you aren't in the right sort of mindset for these, they're very much a lore gathering level or a quick read level, which is why it's good to see iiPK pause buffer in there.
Feeney moving on to a reach the goal without taking damage level.
Yeah, she puts on the nice fashionable boot. One of my more favoured items from this game, to be honest. I quite like the way that it allows you to move.
Oh yeah, it's a neat addition. Along with the stiletto, I like that one too. The stiletto makes a really satisfying sound, that click-clack.
Yeah.
iiPK hopping on those boos, dodging the Bowser fire, but getting hit by one of the balls. Feeney now in that same spot. Trying to take care of
throwing a couple of fireballs off while Bowser's not around, but the boo's coming up behind her. She unstunned in time.
Oh, getting hit by that last fireball. Starting over. iiPK in through the door. And gets a clear.
Yeah, shame Feeney just missed that last little part of the level there because she wasn't far from clearing it herself.
Right. Ooh, Feeney decided to take a skip on that one. Get out of there. Ugh. I'm not sure how that iiPK's was in expert, but it was. He gets the clear. Feeney working on it right now.
Yeah, I mean, again, we talked about this earlier, where these levels, they're making them look easy, but getting that jump so precise, a perfect one-block jump is not the world's easiest thing to do.
iiPK decided not to go into that next one and go ahead and skip.
Yeah, one skip to each of them now as Feeney takes a look at the level as well. iiPK now in a don't leave the ground level.
Auto-scroller level. So that may have been what convinced iiPK to not go ahead with that one.
Yeah, very, very slow auto-scroll. The not leave the ground level for iiPK actually being the more exciting version, where once you've left the ground, obviously you can't retouch it. And iiPK now having to work out how he's going to maneuver this level by using the obstacles that he's got available to him.
Oh, Fiend hitting that Bowser fireball right at the end, seeing the bridge, and deciding to take a second skip.
Yeah, the auto scroll is way too slow in that level for going through twice. If she'd one shot, it would have been great, but you can't sit through that slow auto scroll twice.
Right. This is quite a long level that both runners are in right now. iiPK's sunk some time into it.
Yeah, but he's going back to the main world now, so hopefully not too much longer. Yeah, there's the end there.
There's the clear.
So that puts him at 4 clears to 2. Again, a real good show of how skip usage makes a big difference between runners. Although Feeney obviously skipping that level after she gave it a try, it was a big time sink to not get a clear out of it.
Right. And I mean, she was so close to the end too. It's hitting the ground. It just goes to show the literacy that these players have to, even though she saw the bridge in sight, that she's like, you know, too much time's going into it. Moving on.
Yeah, it was a very slow-paced auto-scroll. iiPK having a think about the P-jump section, whether he wants to try it or whether he's going to look for the cheese.
Feeney taking her last skip.
Small wall of spikes just off the screen.
But bombs raining from the sky on iiPK's level, on both their levels.
Yeah, iiPK deciding to go with this P-jump section. Although these guys do it all day, every day, the P-jumps are actually incredibly challenging. You have to time it pixel perfect to actually get the jump going. But again, these guys just make it look easy.
And little race the flop section, he makes it through.
Yeah, very, very close. Fiend's trying to go the way iiPK went the first time.
iiPK grabbing that clear. Luckily, though, there's some spikes with some enemies. Oh.
Yeah, able to damage boost through the first one, but not the second one.
Mm-hmm. iiPK saying no thank you.
Yeah. Which would be interesting to see how Feeney copes with that when she gets to it again. Similar position to last round, where iiPK's got those skips to play with and Feeney's got none left to go.
iiPK having to grab at least 30 coins in the speed run.
Oh, but looking by his face, I don't think he realised until he got to the end there.
Fiend being quite smart and waiting for that thwomp to go by before she goes. Gets in the door.
Yeah, iiPK there, clearing that collecting level. It was actually a bit tighter than it looked, with it actually being timed against a P-switch there for quite a few of the coins, as Feeney also progressing through these levels now to look at this level that iiPK immediately skipped.
iiPK moving on to a minute with a level with a minute world record. Looks like it's a kind of wait for the bomb level.
Yeah, not what you want in a race.
Right.
Also, obviously having to find those red coins in each stage before reaching the door. So here, Fiend gonna have to drop back down maybe, or just decide to move on without the red coins.
The red coins may be optional, maybe a true ending type thing.
Yeah.
But with these levels, since it is kind of a beat the clock level, you usually need those red coins.
Yeah, it'll be sad to see her go through this level, having missed that one, and then find it required. Which, of course, she does.
She does. iiPK moving on to Panzer. Have to reach the end in a shell boat.
Quite an early space to get one as well, as the sun immediately knocks him out of it.
The sun just sniped him.
Yeah.
Came up out of nowhere and said, nope. Oh.
And again.
And again. Feeney learning from a mistake the first time and grabbing that red coin. iiPK not grabbing.
Yeah.
One of the red coins. I'm not sure if he. Ooh. Shaking his head, not liking that one. Getting sniped by that sun again.
That sun is really having it out for him.
Yeah.
That was an interesting tech as how he got into the clown car there.
Yeah, I saw that.
I didn't realise you could ground pound Boom Boom out of it to get into it. Fiend now in the second stage of this Bob-omb race. Having to reset that room because this Bob-omb's now on wings, making the timer an awful lot shorter.
Yeah, you gotta go fast. Faster! iiPK losing his shell boat once again. Fiend enters the last part of this section. Oh! Right before the checkpoint. What a trolly thing to do. It was not nice level creator.
Truly horrible. Especially on a time level like this where you have no control as to how fast you go. So here, for example, Fiend smashing through the level but still having to wait for the bomb.
Making it through those claws.
starting to see extra difficulty in this level that iPK's in, where when the sun obviously hits the lava, you can no longer see it.
Right.
Although iPK will have the experience to know where it comes out, it's definitely not easy to predict.
Feen getting hit by those munchers once again. iPK picking up the clear.
Yeah, continuing to grow his lead thanks to that smart skip usage. Again, the levels that iPK are going through are levels that Feen would beat in a similar sort of rate. Just she hasn't got the skip to get through this timed bomb race.
Chat's not liking this level Fiend's in. Throwing up some garbage emotes.
I mean, I feel like it's unfair to level, apart from this part with the munchers, which is just ridiculous.
Right.
But I feel the level on the whole is pretty good.
Yeah, it's not bad until you get to that one trolley part.
Yeah, I don't know why the level creator decided to put that in, especially when the end's right there. You can see in Feeney's face she's not happy with that.
Right. iPK taking the ride through the warp block. Don't think it was an intentional ride, though.
Obviously, the meows are starting at the beginning of this level.
Yeah.
That means he'll follow him throughout the whole of the level. But here is the pom-pom that he's required to kill.
Oh my gosh, look at... It's just enemy spam.
There's too many things.
He makes her way through. Realizing now she has to grab all 30 coins. Or at least 30 coins, starting over.
Yeah, it's the same thing iIPK did. It looks like a typical speedrun in the setup of the level.
Mm-hmm.
Easy to forget and overshoot without those coins.
Well, and part of it comes down to trusting the level creator to lead you on a path to having more coins along the way, but this one just is kind of jank the way it's set up.
Yeah, definitely. Especially with that P-switch time, you'd assume obviously that those coins were just there for a timer. They weren't there for the collection, but
right.
It seems to be that they're quite important.
Mm-hmm. 10 seconds on the clock. iPK going ahead and taking the second round.
Yeah, an unfortunate loss for Feeney here. Again, just down to that skip usage. That seems to be the clear difference between these players at the moment. But that is iPK taking the win, which puts him back up to 5 wins and 1 loss for the season so far. Obviously, only week 6. There's still a lot of shaking up on the table to do, but he's now still back up the top with Lil Curbs, who also won today.
Right, and we will of course play all 3 rounds. Both of these runners, or all of our runners, are vying for points for playoffs. So yeah, we'll see if Feeney can take a round off of iPK, or if iPK will continue his plow on through this match. Make it more challenging is the name of the level. 37-second world record.
Seems like the level creator got a bit too excited about Super Smash Bros. It is now coming back into Super Mario Maker.
.4 clear rate, a little bit on the lower end of the expert spectrum. Having to defeat a Bowser, though. And you're given only a cape. Oh boy.
That is this is always really interesting to see when you've got, like I said, the first level in any match, because you can see already the difference in the way the players are tackling the level. iPK
Right.
just saying, nope, I'm flying over everything, whilst Fiend trying to go the intended route. But
yeah,
iPK there.
I think this is just a title screen level that someone added, you know, a couple more spikes to. iiPK picking up the clear quite quickly, though.
Yeah, Fiend, they're not quite able to make it over those question mark blocks as iiPK was, but not much of the level left anyway. She sees the end, just having to quickly kill this Bowser.
Yeah, spam that Bowser with some fireballs. iiPK picking up, hitting that axe, getting another clear. And Feeney also grabbing an axe. Moving on to Greedy Grotto. A little bit of a higher clear rate. 17%. Looks like your standard speed run.
Yeah, it looks like it's got quite good indicators to where to go and how to play the level, which is always nice to see. I like it when a creator gives you good indicators of where to go. It makes it more about your actual skill than trying to think like the creator was thinking as they made the level.
Feeney up, not going into the pipe, YOLOing, and getting the axe. Paid off for Feeney.
Finding that she's there. Almost making it look easy.
Right. Shaking her head, though.
Now joining iiPK in this icy, quite good looking level. Obviously it's set up like a speedrun, but definitely quite a long level.
Yeah, it seems the creator is respecting the player and giving good indicators and being honest with the level.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see.
Right. iiPK picking up that clear. Brings iiPK up to 3 clears. Going into a level 48-second world record. Speedrun themed. I'm sorry, Dragonfeeney picking up the checkpoint.
iiPK.
Listen, that pow.
Yeah, quite a typical looking speedrun, but just missing that pow to clear the monster in his route.
Looks like another honest speedrun level. Good indicators. Feeney picking up that clear. We're tied up 3-3.
Yeah, and with the level that iiPK obviously in at the moment being speedrun, there's a very real chance that Feeney could catch him up here.
Oh, these bumper sections. You could get really stuck in there. Hopefully he does not need that star. Feeney getting hit by those piranha plants in that first jump.
The message from the level creator there for iiPK to read, just saying "rah."
iiPK looking for a key. There it is.
Not a time you want to be going back on yourself during a speedrun level. You can see in iiPK's face just how unhappy he is with that, but still taking the clear, not a stupidly tight timer, which Fiend may come to appreciate having missed that POW.
Fiend coming up on a kind of a trolley section. They make it look like you need to hit that on-off one more time, and you don't. Making her way through the spikes.
Yeah, she gave that pipe a little try, but it was actually a good little try because it gave her that extra star timer as iiPK in what can only just be described as a tragic example of a builder level. You know, there's so much great you can do with the builder suit, to just have you smash through grey rocks is
Avalon throwing out
ideal.
The tragic. It's not good. But it is the truth.
Theme there, not quite making the timer. She found the key a lot faster, but not fast enough. So she skips the level.
Okay, making his way through those thwomps.
It was a shame to see Fiend skip that level, actually. She finished it for all intents and purposes, just
But it
wants
is...
to try it again, obviously.
Right. It's like we were talking about earlier, the sunken cost fallacy. She knew that it took her a while to get there and didn't want to sink any more time into it than she already had.
Yeah.
So maybe best to just move on. iiPK getting caught in those Bullet Williams. Shoutouts to Not Zelda.
Not Zelda bringing us many terms for this tournament.
Yes.
Unfortunately, to carry the bullets, the builder suit all the way through to those bullet bills to get through the last part of the level. But not sure how you can do it from the checkpoint unless there's a hidden suit somewhere or in that boxer.
And what's our skip count this round, Avalon?
So it's literally just the Fiend has just skipped that one level and that's it so far. Both playing through most of the levels they're facing. Again, I'm wondering if the high skip counts that are quite early in the past couple of games have made them maybe feel a bit more cautious about their skips.
Yeah, that'll be something we should ask them if they decide to do interviews.
Yeah, definitely. Fiend nearly taking a drop in the lava there, but jumping out of the Cooper cart just in time. I was quite shocked to see her get in it at all, to be honest, as these runners tend to avoid Cooper carts at all costs.
Ooh, iiPK taking a death to those fire bars.
Yeah, very, very tight sort of jumps needed here. He's going to try going over the top.
Looks like the smart thing to do. Oh! Running out of floor, though. Fiend picks up the clear, though.
Just wondering at how far over this you can go, with obviously the door showing you the inside route. Yeah, having to reach a point where you're going to have to make your way through those fire bars.
Yeah.
Fiend also looking for that G's above. Ooh, that was close.
Yeah, it was close. iiPK into the door, taking a ride on one of those slow snakes. Ooh. Showing his expert platforming skills.
Yeah, again, making those jumps look incredibly easy.
Oh, and the end was in sight, but he gets hit by a spike with those infamous spike hitboxes.
Yeah,
he knows what he has to
interesting
use
to see
now.
where that snake block took him, and whether he should have trusted the level creator a bit more.
Right. But he saw the end in sight and may have been seeing the cheese, and it was just too tempting.
Oh. The tape just too low down those poles for him to take the clear there as he makes the jump that hits the pole, but landing on the spike shortly after.
Let's see what Fiend does in this part. Like
now putting a little bit more trust in the level creator.
And Fiend riding the snake immediately. Ugh.
Deciding to skip that course.
iiPK grabs the world record. Doesn't seem too happy about it, though.
Interesting to see another level built around an American's travel from wherever they may have been. This one based on Missouri. Had one earlier about
Oh, Arizona.
Arizona. That's the one. Yeah.
I saw that one. Fiend hitting that moon, taking care of all those enemies. iiPK navigating his way through the boo rings.
Quite a challenging level for iiPK to make his way around.
Tight jumps on both runners' screens.
Quite a confusing maze that Fiend's now in as well. Obviously, you can reach the key and then make our way back down to the door.
Right. Fiend given a lesson on sight reading, though. Able to decipher where to go in this level quite quickly.
Yeah, really showing how well she understands the game and the set out of the blocks.
Right.
Taking that clear, brings to 7 to 5. iiPK there taking his second skip and entering claustrophobia.
Short and sweet and themed. You have to take care of a mad lad before... Ooh, and he got squished. You can see why it's called claustrophobia.
Yeah, always exciting to see these sort of twists on boss fights.
Right.
Where it's not just your standard bounce on his head a couple of times. You've actually got some extra challenges to worry about.
You know, sometimes some of these level creators are very creative about things. I've never seen a level like this before, but some of them, they just put out hot garbage.
Yeah.
iiPK grabbing that clear. These winged boos are so dangerous. Oh.
Yeah, moving so fast as just clipping Feeney on the edge. She knows how close it was. You can see in her face cam there, she recognizes just how close she was to making that.
iiPK going ahead and skipping that level. Had Troll in the title. He said no thank you. He used his last skip. Moving on to a speedrun short and sweet.
Troll level's quite an interesting one. So many runners love playing them, but just not here, not now.
Well, and sometimes what gets titled a troll level, it's not exactly a troll level. It's people, just putting it in the level name, trying to make it sound like it's a lot harder than what it is. But you can't be sure. Sometimes it's, like I said, hot garbage.
iiPK must be able to see that snake block below, but getting the flag even after missing originally, creating quite a large distance now between him and Theme.
Yeah, making those Kaizo P jumps look like easiest thing to do. It's not easy. Moves on to Lava Castle level.
Yeah, I didn't quite catch the world record on it, but I don't think it's going to be a one shot for 15 seconds.
Right. Takes a
26-second mod second.
And that's going to be it for this matchup.
Yeah, I mean, although iiPK taking 3 sets to 0, it was actually a very close match in terms of skill. Just an unfortunate set of clears for Fiends there during the game. Yeah,
it seemed to come down to using the use of the skips. So
yeah, it'll be interesting to see if we can get one of them in just to have a quick conversation about what they think about when they skip and why they skip for when.
Right. But both showing they're world-class players. And
What's up?
hey, iiPK, how are you doing?
Sleep.
Great job on the race today. I noticed you had a speedrun the second round with the collect the 30 coins, and you made it through the first time and didn't collect all 30 coins. What prompted you to keep with it or to go back, and what were your thoughts going through that level?
I didn't see the clear condition the first time around, but when I noticed it, like after I got to the end and I saw the flag, I was like, oh wait, I know where the coins are at. And then like when I went back to go get them, I saw the hidden blocks and I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely like an easy clear condition.
Yeah. Yeah, you make quick work out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, I just to bring it up, I mean, obviously chat has spoken about it and you guys probably will see it and you go back through, but that first round was really decided there by when you guys used your skips. So I was wondering if you could talk about how you think when you do choose to use your skips.
As long as the level's like not slow paced and not too long, I will stick with it. Like something like with claws, for example, like a crane type of level, I will skip. Puzzle levels, like there wasn't too many levels that were skip worthy in the last round until the very end. That's when I started skipping more because I realized I had 3 skips still, and like I was down to like the last 5 minutes, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna start skipping levels. So I guess like I was more tempted to skip the levels towards the end because I still had all 3 of them.
So
Yeah,
speaking of the level skips, Feeney joining us, you used all 3 skips in the first round and got caught on that Paracupa level. Can you tell me about what your thoughts were going through that level?
Paracupa level. I was. Hold on, let me think. Which one was the Paracupa one?
It was the.
So it was
the last level you had
quite
to,
some verticality. Sorry.
yeah, it was you had to jump on off the Koopas, and you got caught on that one because you couldn't skip anymore.
Right. Which round was it?
It's the first round.
I'm sorry, I'm awful right now. Which round was it?
It was the first round.
Oh geez. Okay, hold on.
So there was a point with flying Koopas where you couldn't get the timing right, where they were flying at different heights.
Oh, right. That one, yeah. Well, I was mad that the timing wasn't lining up for me, and so I went back in trying to like get it to line up, and it's still, I don't know. I was struggling. I was struggling.
And then also the second round that you had that puzzly level where it had the checkpoint that showed up and immediately had the munchers surround it. What were your thoughts about that?
Well, it said it was the final one, so I was trying to get the checkpoint just in case I died after, but I couldn't get the checkpoint. So yeah. that sucked. That's like having to go through that 3 times to find out that it was just the end.
For sure. Well, congratulations to iiPK on this this win, and
thank you.
And thank you to both of our runners for coming in for interviews and for joining us. And we are going to go to a short intermission and have a little commercial about pace. So stick around. We've got more stuff coming up.
Thank you. Good games.
GG's.
They are synced now. Do whatever. In the lead again.
Wow.